This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
So this week we are hunting a friend of ours' place in Missouri.
Ever since my accident, I've struggled pulling my bow back.
This is really her first time back bow hunting. The most important thing is that Gina gets one down with her bow.
At least you're gonna come through here, right through here, and give us a second. We should be able to hammer one.
We're just kind of sitting there hanging out, and all of a sudden I look up and there's a buck standing right in front of us, and it's the buck from that first night.
Right, be still.
The plan now is to drive all night to Ohio and just get out in the woods as early as we can.
You want him?
Yeah.
Addicted to the Outdoors with Tough, Raven, and Gunner.
Hey, don't forget about us.
And John and Gina Brunson. A new addiction starts now.
So this week we are hunting a friend of ours' place in Missouri. We can't show you who this person is because, like a lot of our friends up north with farms, they do have a little bit of an issue with trespassers and poaching. So this guy has an incredible farm, manages it meticulously. He's excited about us coming. He's invited us a few years now. This is our first trip there, and he's pretty confident we can get a big buck down, hopefully two. But the biggest thing is he doesn't want his neighbors to know that we're there.
Well, this trip was definitely one I was looking forward to. Ever since my accident, I've struggled pulling my bow back. But I'm finally feeling confident and ready to get a buck down with my new Obsession bow.
This is really her first time back bow hunting, and she's really wanting to get something down with her new Obsession. So hopefully she can get a buck down, and then we can switch chairs and I can get one down. But the most important thing is that Gina gets one down with her bow.
I'm crossing my fingers for her.
We had 4 days before the Ohio 2-day muzzleloader season opened. So our plan was to get in here, hunt 3 days, use that 4th day to transition over to Ohio so we could get our 2-day muzzleloader hunt in. Our confidence was really high because of all the Browning trail cam picks we had. So we were kind of thinking, maybe put a day or two in with Gina, she gets one down, then maybe put a 3rd day in for me, maybe me get one down. That's at least what we were hoping was gonna happen. We got into camp pretty late, and the plan really was just to settle in, get a little bit of sleep, and get up bright and early the next morning and get in the woods.
Right, it's first morning.
First morning.
Ready to get some down with my bow.
Well, on with the rifle this year, we're on the muzzleloader, and now it's time for the bow. This is our first year with the Obsession. This will be your first kill with the Obsession.
Yep.
I'm so excited to break in my new Obsession bow. It'd be a great way to return to bow hunting.
Been about 3.5 hours since this morning, since the sun came up. Seeing does, just no bucks. Well, we saw a little spiker. Yeah, so about 5 or 6 does, a little spike. We know they're here.
Yeah, there's lots of signs.
Obviously, we've got some good pictures of some good bucks here, so we know they're here.
So not too far into our morning sit, and we start to see some movement, and I look over kind of in some thick stuff, and I can see some horn on its head. So I bust out the old Husker balls to take a closer look.
He's got a buck down here. I just can't tell what he is. I mean, he looks like he's a big buck. He's a big buck. It's just, he's milling around down in that thick ground. I can't tell what he is. A little bit I can tell he looks like one of the big bucks. I just can't. He just seems to be poking around down in the thick green stuff.
So other than that buck we saw early that first morning, which we never really even got a good look at him, it was pretty quiet. Meanwhile, we were getting some pictures and some action over on this other stand from our cell cams of these deer hitting this small food plot. This smaller food plot was kind of tucked away a little bit. It had a little line of timber kind of separated from a bigger food plot. So it looked like these deer were coming out and staging in the smaller food plot before they moved out to the larger food plot. So we decided to move over there for our evening hunt, and we knew if we could catch a deer in that small food plot, we could probably get a crack at him.
Hops in this blind here, kind of splits 2 fields. There's a big field behind us, which I'm sure we'll see some deer, but I don't know about the bow range. And but I mean, I think our best bet's here. We got this little food plot right here. He said that they've been just hammering. They're probably gonna hang out and feed in this field, or maybe feed in this field, you know, and then start working towards the bigger field. But obviously, we just need them to come out here. We just need them to come through here, right through here, and give us a second. We should be able to hammer one. Our Browning trail cam's right down here, and that's where we've been getting pictures. You know, so it's a good buck, so.
Gotta love the Brownings.
Stick it out.
Yeah, so if we can catch one of these big boys cruising through here and schwag him.
Schwag him.
So our afternoon sit started out good. We started seeing a lot of deer movement, but unfortunately they were kind of cutting the back corner of the food plot and they were going straight out to the big food plot. So the whole strategy of them coming into that smaller food plot, which is kind of what they were doing over the previous few days, kind of went out the window, and they were really bypassing that small food plot and just going to the big one. So we were seeing deer, just nothing within bow range.
I don't know where they're going, but they're not going over there. Here's this signal. They're cutting right through.
We're seeing some does, but nothing too crazy. But when I look out to my right, I see some horns.
Heavy, dark faces. Old deer. He's at 11. He's at 11.6 Walking to the right. Dang it.
He's right there.
He's going that way.
Yeah, he's right there. She's going to the field.
Okay. Alright, so let's just let her do that. Alright, I'll go with her. Alright, go ahead, buddy. Go. Chase your phone. He's right there. He's gonna go back up. Dang, these deers. She just went in the woods. Now he's looking over there and she's not going in the woods. Now he's looking for that doe. He understood the assignment.
Yeah.
Very good. Go get on that doe, because there's another big boy in here trying to mess with her. Unfortunately, she moseyed off the field. She didn't understand the assignment.
If only it was that simple. Like, if I could just tell the buck, hey, come out over here, follow this doe, and stand still so I can shoot you.
So that first evening, again, was pretty quiet. You know, we saw a lot of deer. Unfortunately, they were kind of cutting the corner, staying in the wood line and heading out to the big food plot. So we did see one buck that we knew was a shooter, and that was really the only one that we saw, but again, just, you know, never came into bow range. Over the next couple of days, it was kind of the same story. That evening, we went back to that same stand again on the small food plot. Pretty quiet evening.
I mean, I thought for sure we'd have one down by now.
So we got through day 2, not a lot happening. Got through day 3, not a lot happening. You know, really, they had just shut down and it was the weather. So now we're down to day 4. Day 4 was actually gonna be our travel day to Ohio. But after really talking to Gina, we just made a decision to dig in there, because even if we had to miss Ohio, you know, the most important thing was to try and get Gina a buck down with her bow. We get in this blind, sit half a day. We see a ton of deer, but they're about 100 yards from us. So I called my buddy, I said, hey, if we can grab the tractor and just move this blind, you know, 100 yards straight this way, I can see where all the deer are coming from, and I think we might get a crack at one. So he's like, no problem.
Well, I'm starting to get a little nervous. After a couple of days of tough hunting, I'm starting to think, am I even gonna get a buck down?
It's at a time where it's when you think you're not gonna see anything, right? And we're just kind of sitting there hanging out, and all of a sudden I look up and there's a buck standing right in front of us, and it's the buck from that first night.
I say from the camera.
Oh, he's right there. He's straight out.
He's going down.
Yeah.
Good job, babe. See if he sticks to cover. Sorry, when he turned and gave you that order, you were about to rip. Don't check.
I gotta back down my bow.
I mean, that's a great buck. I mean, he's a nice buck. You know, that's a good buck. He was heavy. He's not real wide. He's tall. He's like 11 point.
That's a good buck.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the buck.
That we saw the first night when he came in. He was like right there. I mean, when he popped up, he was like 10 yards from the line.
It's crazy how it happens. I've never been hunting for almost 4 days straight. Can't get a break. I mean, we've been in the blind an hour.
I can only imagine how Mom must feel right now. I know she's been wanting this for a long time.
I mean, it's a swagger. It's a swagger tracking job. It's 50 yards. He's right there. Good job, man. I know you've been hunting hard this year. I know you want to get out of your bow.
Man, I pulled back way easier than I thought I was going to.
Let's call it adrenaline. Broken your new obsession.
I know. He shot so good.
Say we go take a peek at him.
Yeah.
It was definitely an emotional moment for me. It's been a couple of years since I've been able to hunt with my bow, and I cannot wait to put my hands on this guy.
Let's just follow the blood. I mean, we know where he is, but
Yeah, this is where he started this.
yeah, he went straight up and then he stopped and then he turned. So we'll just follow the blood. There's your arrow.
Yeah, bloody arrow.
The old pink swagger. Swagged him.
It's usually a schwacker tracking job, which is pretty short.
What a cool buck, yeah.
Lungs.
Wow. Look at that, what a cool deer.
I knew he didn't go far, but man, I was so relieved after locating this buck. You gotta love the emotional roller coaster of whitetail hunting.
God, babe. Today, that was a perfect shot. Babe, he's a cool buck.
He's a cool buck.
I mean,
First buck with my obsession bow.
look, first of all, he's a great buck. So that it has nothing to do with that, but sometimes it's not, always about a giant. Like, this is an awesome buck for a million reasons. Just how hard we've hunted, how bad you want to get one with your bow this year. Got on the deck cams.
I wish I could have been there to celebrate because I know this was super special for Mom. But even just seeing the pictures they sent us, I could tell how happy she was.
So after 4 days in Missouri and, the 2-day muzzleloader season opened in Ohio that next morning, really our only choice was to pack up, drive all night, and then just go get in the stand the next morning. I knew we weren't gonna get in before sunup, but we got in that morning, got everything situated, and we got out there, I think, about 10 in the morning. Of course, the bad weather followed us. It's rainy, it's cold, it's nasty. We get in our box blind, again, because it's nasty out and we're already half soaked just getting to our blind. We're not in our blind long at all, and we look up and we see a shooter buck tending a doe. At this point, I'm glassing with my Husky-Malls. I know this is a buck I want to shoot. I feel like this is a dead deer. We just got to get him down. Between the camera and the gun, we just couldn't get things lined up. He was kind of meandering through the woods. He was in some thick stuff. And, kind of watching this deer walk away. And it's like, I'm just waiting for a shot, thinking I'm going to kill this deer any second. And then all of a sudden, he's kind of, out in this thick stuff and he's gone. It was one of those deals where I didn't want to try and force the shot.
drove all night, made it into Ohio.
I mean, you have to admire the dedication. I don't know if I could drive all the way from Missouri to Ohio overnight and then camp out all day for a hunt. When do you sleep?
I had one shooter, one awesome buck. I mean, just big, heavy split eye guards. It's just a great buck. He was tending the doe. We got on him. Man, I had my best of the West muzzleloader, had crosshairs on him. Gina was on it, he was just in the thick stuff, and he just stopped by the tree, It's like, we thought this deer was dead.
So some time passes and the rain is not letting up. But after a bit, I see a few big-bodied deer moving off in the woods.
There's a buck there.
That's a buck.
Yeah, that's one of the bucks there. That's a shooter.
And I get my Huskamals on and realize it's the buck from that morning. So he's still tending a doe, he's still hanging out in that area. So our strategy kind of paid off. Now we're watching him and we're just hoping we can get a shot on this buck.
Oh, there's a doe running. Is he on the screen? I don't see him.
Down like straight where I'm at.
He's down straight.
Okay.
Straight back. He's looking behind him.
I do see the cam straight in. He's down below that.
Yeah. He's standing right beside a rock.
I see the deer. I don't know which one is which. It's thick.
Yeah. He's walking to the left.
I see him. He's walking away from us. I think that's him.
He's walking to the right. He's right there.
He's behind those does?
No.
Okay. You want him?
Yeah. You got him.
Oh, that's a big buck.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We paid off, man. Golly.
I was nervous.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't see him run.
He went down and just dropped, I believe. Oh my God.
So I squeezed the trigger on the old Best of the West muzzleloader. Shot felt good to me. Gina said the shot looked good to her. And we felt like this buck was down right where I shot him. So now we were just anxious to get out and go put our hands on this deer.
He's right there to the right.
He should be dead right here.
So we get out, we head over to where I shot the deer. We kind of get to where he was standing. We look to our left, and I mean, like 20, 30 yards, he's laying right there piled up, and it's like, oh yeah, big buck down.
He's right there, he's right there. Let's take a look. Yeah. Oh, look at him. What? Oh, yes.
What in the world? Wow.
What a nice buck.
Crazy.
I know Mom and Dad were so excited when she got her buck down. And the fact that they were able to run to Ohio and get Dad a buck down too was perfect.
What a cool buck. What a crazy looking deer. Yeah, look at this. He just got this little junk right here,
Yeah.
and these crazy little split eye guards.
Crab claw on the other side.
Oh man, got a little kicker off the side here. What a cool looking deer. How's he look?
Oh, he looks awesome.
Does he? Yeah.
Muzzleloader, put it on him.
Best of the West, baby. Just hammered his butt. What a freaking cool deer.
It's always nice to get a whitetail down, but when there's a story behind it, it just makes it all that more special. And the fact that John was able to get one down too, what a way to end our trip.
You know, this is one of those trips, again, where you just never know. There's trips sometimes that you think you're gonna be slam dunks and they're brutal. There's trips that sometimes you think you're gonna be just tough and nothing's gonna happen, and it ends up being one of the best trips of your life. You know, this is one of those trips. Really, all you can do is get out there and put in the time and hope for the best.